That's unusual. Screen changed, but didn't press anything. Oh yeah, I'm on this side tonight. Hello, Free Enterprise fans, and welcome to this round 4 matchup in the Zemus Zone 5 Blue Moon Waning bracket between Moleboy and Sorbius. Our behind-the-scenes team tonight here. We have got Alicel putting together the restream, Warlink05 pushing the buttons. I'm Harum, and with me in the booth today is J-Mac the Librarian. How goes it?
Oh, it's great. Another week is down, and another night of very exciting races is here. So I'm excited to be here watching this very intense waning bracket match between Moleboy and Sorbius.
And as always, here we've got our 8 boss objectives, which you'll need to find 7. Thoughts on? Well, of course, we know that the Gauntlet and Gobez are always among our 8. Your thoughts on the other 6?
These could be very rude very quickly. Well, except the King Queen.
Yeah.
Whatever. But the other ones, depending on where they are, those could all be extremely rude, including that Octomam if he is at a very high and fast location.
Yeah, I mean, Octomam does slow down the more you hit it, but it's but if Octomam's just gonna punch you out first here, there's not much you can do. Our runners will our pros are probably happy to see the potential of a free objective in Kevlin and Queblin, but of course they could be hiding somewhere very sneaky as well.
Yeah, I am here for buried bosses. I am here for key items required from the moon bosses. But we are underway with this Porum start and a Cecil second character. Oh, well,
Oh,
there's a friendly face.
ha! You're the comedian. It's like, hey brother, nice of you to give me here a legend sword. We might forge it later. Well, I don't know.
Yeah. We find an adamant rock especially if before we go underground. We're gonna forge.
That's fair. Wait, assessment means that now you're crystal sword hunting, excal hunting, holy sword hunting. At some points here, because presumably here you are going, unless we see a large makers everywhere here, Atella, and an early darkness here. We're probably not jettisoning that season anytime soon.
I doubt it, especially on T Wildish. The chances of finding a sword either in Eblin Castle, Eblin Cave, or the Treasury are quite high.
Speaking of swords,
look, well, here's an edge and a Palom, like party complete. Who cares about the other 3 characters? You've got very, very solid foundation right here.
yeah, the only thing you're missing is an anchor here, so Radia is bound to show up somewhere.
Hey, now. Harumph. Be nice.
I'll try to. All right, so we have someone who can swing sword and someone who has the potential to throw some of them here. With that, you've got all the melee party.
That was a Zeus gauntlet just chilling in the Chocobo forests. Seed is very blessed, y'all. We're gonna have a great run tonight.
Yeah, T Wildish here gives you the promise of power. Speaking of which, we find a power shirt on Ordeals.
Well, hey, there's our anchor.
Yeah, there you go. Here, you got an anchor here. You have and yeah, you can slingshot.
Mm-hmm.
A few of your mages, maybe here you find a darkness crystal early enough here, but even with with having the edge available here, so decides to walk back down Ordeals. See, Neki is on here, so I don't think we've seen what weapon Edge has right now here, but yeah, all of our characters are going to be naked and angry at the moment here, so we'll need to get them some clothing here, and maybe and most likely a better sword here. See, some might have a black sword here, which would be great. Otherwise, yeah, we're going to be we gotta find some gear, but again, Teal Wildish promises to give you gear until on most rare occasions it doesn't here, and then you're very sad about it.
Well, Bedward does not have a key item, but he does have a pass He didn't really have to travel very far to get that pass because they're just located in that second Terraria item shop. So that's very convenient for our runners who now know that the pass is available.
All we need to now is to find, 7 bosses on the overworld without
Yeah.
having to find a hook. And with the darkness crystal. Well, let's see what you do with that.
Ooh, we do find a charm claw. Awesome. It's great. Oh yeah, also a thunder claw. Not as good as the charm claw.
Eh, slightly debatable, but so it's going to start boss checking. We still have 2 characters here that we don't know the identities of here, but may not even be. Well, we will see who the characters in TMC is because we will need to launch the hovercraft at some point here. But whoever's in the water pass might be there for a long time.
Yeah, I
Wondering.
mean, at this point, we don't really need them. This is a pretty solid party as it is.
Yeah, sure.
Hey! Oh,
No Dukes tonight, sadly. Here,
can I just do it once? Just once.
If you do it sadly, yes.
Do 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 do.
To
J-Mac is sad
Yeah.
now.
But who's not sad? Whoever that character is here, unless so they decide to turn around and say, "Nope." That's the Sid here,
Oh.
and Sorbius has the courtesy to talk to the Sid. We'll see if Moleboy has different ideas.
Well, there there are some better treasures behind the Sid, so regardless, yeah, they're gonna come. They want that karate shirt. They want whatever is in this waterfall.
Yeah, and for
Eh.
the Vamoose.
Mute arrows are nice. They're always good to have. Elixir is good, especially if we end up having to do a D machine.
Yeah, you never know where that darkness crystal is going to show up here. I mean, we all have our ideas of what would be the most evil we are. Chat like the witch hunted runners because we in the commentary booth here certainly do not wish to see trouble for any of our racers tonight, ever, of course.
Oh, well, there is a Rosa and Damsian. So this will be interesting to see if our runners pick the arguably better white mage or keep the Porum for that early twin. And it looks like Sorbs has decided to get rid of his Porum,
Yeah,
as does Moleboy.
Porum here would potentially be a strong selection. As much as I am not the biggest fan of Porum here, Porum does learn exit earlier. So if you're in a situation here where you don't have access to a Tele here, you don't have access to a Cecil here, that exit certainly becomes certainly brings a lot of utility. With Tele in the party though, not so much.
Yeah.
You want to learn the the higher power spells a little earlier.
But it doesn't much matter. But what does matter is this King Queen Evelyn just chilling out in the waterfall.
Yeah. Edge's parents decided to take a shower. And they're not hiding here, but if you are going to see the King and Queen Evelyn here, perhaps you want to see that here, say on the moon.
Yeah.
Where-
I love seeing them here because then that means that the chances of one of our other 7 bosses that are not very friendly in other places, that they could be in those potentially terrible locations, which we love to see.
Oh, again here, we do not wish harm upon our runners here.
Of course not. Of course not. Ooh, we do have the cheeky backup waterfall check, picking up some Artemis arrows.
Artemis arrows and a Soma drop here, so we've got potential here for some old man media.
And we do get a long sword, so we do know that our Edge now has a weapon that is viable, that will help with the rest of this overworld.
So, a little bit of deeper diving into the waterfall here paying off. We'll see if Moleboy does the same thing. Sorbius is going to be on its way here to the antlion cave.
Yeah. Also, I did not know that you couldn't exit out of that location, but now I do, which makes sense plot-wise, but definitely something I didn't really consider until right this very second.
Yeah, we can't strand anyone, can we?
But both
All
of
right.
our runners now headed down Antlion Cave, where we are going to find a Kainatsu, another boss that is not required, and this one will be pretty quick in this location.
Yeah, and again here, it's this is a boss here that you don't mind seeing here because it means you don't have a Kinatsu on the hook route.
No Kainatsu on the hook route, no Kainatsu in Giant 1.
No Kinatsu in the fun places that we really want to see him.
Mm-hmm.
Not that we would, of course.
No.
We're good people.
Yes. We like our friends.
That almost sounded convincing.
It should have been.
All right.
Oh,
Ooh,
well,
we might
that
be-
gives us a pan.
We might be single dipping for Bull, or we may not.
Yeah,
But we're
this
not
does.
yeah. We're not
it
triple
brings
dipping for Bull unless
Yeah.
mistakes are made. But
It definitely brings up an interesting routing question because we could just single dip Fabul, or we go and check Fabul for the darkness because we have Tella.
yeah, definitely a consideration.
We have seen both in this tournament. Both strategies pay off, and both strategies sometimes don't pay off. So,
It pays off
we
every
will
time
see.
until it doesn't.
Of course.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of almost synchronous routing here. With a few varies. We got two edges going up Hobbs.
Yes. For those that don't know, Moleboy and Sorbius are very good friends and practice quite often together. So they both know each other's tendencies. So we will probably see a lot of very similar checks. And oh, hey,
It's another objective. Speaking of
it is
people who know themselves
another
very well, here,
objective.
you have sisters with Sandy, Cindy, and Mindy, and Mindy. Well, bye, Mindy, and bye everyone else soon enough.
So no chance of a sister grind today, because in this location, they are easily defeated.
Yeah, Sorbius getting through a little faster. I'm not sure if there was a mute arrow that may have been involved there. Yeah, we've got two boss objectives down. I mean, we have the right or wrong key item locations here. We could be in for some super jet
Mm-hmm.
shenanigans.
Or the dreaded, oh, my last two bosses are buried behind the last two key items in the chain.
Not that that ever happens.
No, not in a randomizer.
Right, so we saw, so we just check the one chest on Hobbs. We see Moleboy doing the full dive down here. We see a portable house. We see a ninja shirt, earth crystal here. So no, earth hammer. Sorry. A little bit of money, a little bit of decent
Some utility for Edge.
Yeah, decent shirt for him.
Well, he's not naked anymore.
And another not required boss, but one that you don't mind seeing. 'Cause, justice sometimes hits hard in the wrong places. Justice isn't doing much here. Maybe 3 lefts. So we'll. Alright, so both our runners are committed here to not single dipping football here, so they will be doing the double dip. Assuming here, they're not in go mode right away. We'll see here what the Sleepy King of Football has for them as their reward. And
Dun,
it's...
Oh,
Womp womp.
so sad. I am crying a little on the inside. Like, actually, that feels super bad because you didn't even have to do it. Like, especially right now with the pan in hand, and you just end up with the sad ruby. Like, that's the saddest thing.
Well, it is, and it is a third key item here to bring them closer to the magic number of 10 here when experience is doubled.
Yep, that is very true. But you know what? I think we're done with that, with our own DKC in party. So I have a feeling that Moleboy will follow suit and head straight up Ordeals, where we will get our first glimpse at the bosses up here. There are 3 of them. That means 3 chances for 3 more objectives.
Yes, we'll see if we go 3 for 3 or 0 for 3 or anywhere in between. And
well, that's not free.
yeah, and in the wrong spot too here. Young here kicks in the right direction around the world. He doesn't go around the world here. It's shortest possible route as opposed to collecting the frequent flyer miles.
Yeah, and when you see this fight before Cecil becomes a paladin, you cannot do the sword hit. So we will have to kill Karate with all full HP, but Sorbs, being decked out as he is, gets through it very quickly.
I'm not sure if Karate hit punches through a sheet of paper at that spot. And we got 1/4 vanilla?
Maybe. It's not exactly French vanilla, maybe like
Neapolitan here, but with another flavor added to it.
Rocky Road. I don't know. I don't know what ice cream has exactly 4 flavors.
Yeah, I know 3 here, but
Moose Tracks, maybe.
I don't know what's in Moose Tracks.
Chocolate chips and some peanut butter cup and some, I don't know.
But no moose, right?
Not that I'm aware of.
Good to know.
But if there is, then moose are very tasty.
In any case, here that fire too, it's gonna take out. Take out Milo here. There is no leg. There is no turtle. There is no there's a bikini tornado here. It's only gonna be Mylon falling into
just the Mylon. Well, in that case, it is like vanilla.
Yeah, this is like artificial vanilla.
Yes, artificial vanilla. Perfect.
All right, so right now we're 0 for 2 on Ordeals. Find out if we're gonna go 0 for 3 here. But we have a key item to find out. To discover or not, depending on what the sparkle gives us.
Yay! We
All right, I'm done.
want music. We want music. We want music. And by we, I just mean me because I'm with Harumph. So,
I mean, are commentators allowed here to declare a technical issue here and reroll the?
No, no, we're gonna get music, Harumph.
And we seem to be getting a lot of the, a few of the potentially trickier bosses out of the way here. Val.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Here.
1,000 HP of Val is way better than 35,000 HP of Val.
30, actually, have non of magic immune Val.
And our tracker pointing out that means by Val being here, that our hook has to be in Baron Inn.
Yes. Yeah, although this is a forced hook here, hook still can't be gated here. Under this flag set here by the three big baddies being Golbez, Wyvern, and Val. So presumably here, they'll make a trip to Baron, or runners will make a trip to Baron Inn, find their path to the hook, and never speak of this monstrosity ever again.
Yeah, you wish. But music, Harumph. Music.
I invested real estate in that cave here, and these runners know that I'm not home right now. Here, I'm in the commentary booth. So if they start raiding my hideaway here, I'm gonna be more than upset here. I'll have to write a sternly worded letter here to both of these to anyone who decides to invade my privacy.
But okay, well, right now we just see Sorbius going straight for that Ebling Castle. Currently in ruin, but lots of boxes to open, hoping for a crystal sword or an Excal among other very high tier loot.
I mean, I would like to see cabin, a
Siren.
a siren, yes, and
A
maybe a
white shirt.
crystal glove.
Or a white shirt. Because that, everybody needs a white shirt.
Yeah, yeah. Rosa could wear a white shirt here. Um, I look like Sorbius is back here. I'm not sure what is. Looks like it's just a hiccup on on the
Okay.
stream there. Yeah, so yeah, you definitely. We don't wish pain on our runners, of course. Here, we definitely don't like to see, see any them, a technical issue befall any of these runners here. They've worked hard here to to get it this far into the tournaments here. So.
But we have found our first trap chest very quickly.
Yeah. There are worse trap chests to find. Yeah.
Yeah, this one's definitely the best because of the flame killing the skulls really quickly.
Here, and at this point here, like Palom does no virus, so that's going to take a big chunk out of the remaining Steelman's HP here. But Steelman's still punching hard here, and Rose is not going to reap the benefits of the levels here, but maybe there's gear for her in this chest. We'll see in a moment. Well, it's a decent sword for now. Yeah.
It's definitely better than the legend sword that Moleboy just put on his Cecil.
Yeah, and if you if you do find of course you do find that holy sword for Cecil, Edge can still dart that. So
yes,
it's got potential utility. Ideally, you want to see it. Our runners would like to see it as a dart. But that involves here finding the right equipment first.
A glass hat will definitely help with those cover Cecil strats.
Yeah. The crystal armor here will also help with cover strats as well. Here, it's the strongest armor it's the highest defense you're gonna find for a Cecil, given that adamant armor is not a thing here unless you want to go to great lengths to try to acquire one. So again, that may come into play here, or you can buy a few sirens around 15.8, I believe.
So we do see Moleboy opting to cast Stop instead of using that hourglass that he got from Watery Pass.
Yeah, the thing with the Stop cells is you're only going to be able to hit one person, one ogre at a time here. The other two are still going to hit, and they hit pretty hard here. We do see one of them charmed here, but they're not going to hit hard enough here to take out the other ogres here. So this could potentially be dicey here, but that Cecil here should be able to stay up. It's a matter of whether the rest of the party can.
Yeah, it looks like we do see both of our runners really leaning into those cover strats. taking advantage of the back row glitch being on and keeping Cecil in the back row, especially with that glass hat on. He'll be able to just take most every hit that he that happens against your party.
And we see the stone cast on Sorbius' side, taking out the other two ogres. And next
Oh
up,
well.
well,
Do you loot the rest? Do you loot the right tower?
it would depend on whether if you may want to get Quake on Palm. If you don't have, if Palm hasn't learned Quake at this point here, it is something that you may want to consider. And
Well, he definitely just learned it in that last fight, but his Rosa missed that 8,000 HP or experience in that first trap chest, so maybe he does want her to get.
And in the looting
Get
process,
some levels.
finds another power shirt. So that's 2 power shirts for Sorbs. So that's 1 for Cecil, 1 for Edge. Yeah, Excal, power shirt, Zeus, gauntlets, Cecil's going to do a lot of work for you.
Yeah. No matter really what is on this hook route at this point, it's gonna have a bad day.
Yeah, and you have Quake online. Quack Kid is online for Sorbs. We'll find out here what that third chest here provides. Well, you definitely want to find that third chest here, because yeah, you got 2. Yeah, Edge got 2 darts, and Cecil got his favorite sword.
Yeah,
it's a pretty good.
Oh, and why not get a second ninja shirt and a lightsaber as well? Like,
Yeah.
let's just round out all of the
Edge
swords
needs,
in
Edge
Evelyn
needs
Castle.
another dart. Yeah, watch Forge be like Lightbringer or something like that. It was like,
I mean, now it has to be, right? Like, we found all the Cecil swords, so it may as well forge into the Cecil sword as well.
either that or into the caliber. One of the two.
But yes, as Chad is pointing out, our Cecil is going to be locked and loaded. Power shirt, Zeus gauntlet, bandana, crystal sword.
I mean, I thought a Paladin here was supposed to be a warrior of light here. I think all I see in Cecil's eyes is bloody murder.
But yeah, so we will see Sorbius go find his hook in Baron Inn, because this is the last place it can be. And that is a sparkle.
Yeah, and that.
Is a no-go.
Yeah, and it's an Opal. Again, you don't mind seeing here. But I don't. Yeah, unless you haven't cured. Because, yeah. Yeah.
They did not do Twin Harp, but Val was gating the Twin Harp, so we know that that cannot be our hook access.
Yeah, I mean, that big wave was going to do work on that party, given here that
Yes.
I think everyone but Cecil here was below a quarter. Yeah.
There we go. Much
There we go.
better.
All right, and more free.
Not the blarg we are looking for.
No, it's the Lark that helps you count backwards. But
5.
Oh. Yeah, Vaughn will teach you to count from 5 to 1 here. Plague will teach you how to count from 10 to 1. 10 to 0.
But very much quicker than Bahamut will count.
Yeah, and there's no detour to Zot from Baron here. We just give him the hook right away.
The question is, do we do Twin Harp before we go underground?
Absolutely not, but I think our runners might feel differently.
We will see. Uh-oh. We're gonna get some music. We're gonna get some music. Yay!
Just stay out of my room.
Which room is yours?
I pay good money here for a little stash here by the Chris room, so it's deep in enough, into the cave here where I wouldn't be disturbed here. But yeah, everyone insists on going down here, having Edward blare his young people music and disturbing my sleep.
Oh, so you're in those rooms that no one actually ever goes in.
That's the idea here. If you want to, get
Okay,
away from the world.
that's fair. But you're still close enough that you can steal some Bacchus wine if you need it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm more of a whiskey
Yeah, that room
person
over
here,
there,
but
right? In the
no,
corner.
not
That's
that room
Oh,
here.
not that one.
No, further down here. No, there's still too much riffraff down here.
Oh.
Okay, go further down here. All right, so you hang left here.
Mhm.
Then across the bridge here. Now instead of going straight here, you make a hard right there before walking to
Oh,
there. Here.
that room. But that's kind
Yeah.
of close to where the music is.
Well, there wouldn't be any music there here if I didn't have, if you didn't
Oh,
have
if
all these
people didn't
tourists
come down.
dropping
I
by here.
see. Oh, that's why you don't like doing music checks. It all makes sense now.
Yeah, I want to get away from the tourist traffic here. Why do you think I chose chose to rent, to purchase real estate here in a dingy cave?
I mean, you could just camp out in a chocobo forest.
I mean, it is decent storage here. Yeah, but then I have to clean up after the chocobos.
Hmm.
Although here that would also mean an easier source of food.
Yes. But we don't eat chocobos. Chocobos are our friend, not food, Haram.
Oh, what
But
are those?
I
fat
think
chocobos
it's
that don't fly?
time for music.
I suppose I'm contractually obligated to be quiet. So
Yes.
here you-
Shh. Well, how about that third objective?
No.
And a gating key item.
No.
What's the matter, Haram? That
I'll
was
just
really
say,
pretty music.
Sorbius, thank you here for not stepping into my my hideaway and invading my privacy. That's about it.
Well, guess what? We're about to get a second rendition.
Meanwhile, Sorbius is presumably going to trade in that rat tail before proceeding and down the hook route, because you never know what you might find there.
Yeah, it could be your darkness.
It better not be. It better be something like a wizard shirt.
You just don't want our runners getting anything good. Oh, hey, another dart.
Yeah, well.
How exciting.
At least we now know here that although there may have been a wall that accidentally made its way into Cave Magnus when it shouldn't have, technically, you didn't need to go down here, so. Eh?
I mean, but it's a third objective before you go underground.
Yeah, but you can find objectives anywhere here. Objectives are like, a dime a dozen.
I mean, no, math doesn't check out.
There is no math in Free Enterprise. Last time I checked, there wasn't, at least.
Just counting. There is counting, though.
Yeah, from 10 to 1.
And sometimes there is shushing. Like right now for our second encore. Shh.
Aww. Do I still have to shush now? Longer?
Yes. Shh.
Well, that's over with.
See, no more music for you today. Unless it's me singing.
Well, that would be okay here. Would you like to start now?
No, not right now. I'm not inspired yet. Maybe later.
I think chat is requesting Freebird.
No.
I'm assuming here chat's requesting Freebird here. I'm just guessing. Hey, honestly, was there anyone who disagreed or felt differently? Please raise your hand. All right, so
Restreamer says no.
All right, so we do see Asura here in the KQE spot here. We know there's some fortive guard on the other side, whether that's the Baron Guards or the Kaipo soldiers.
But either way, neither of these bosses are required, but they are necessary for us to continue our objective search. So
and frankly, here with a Cecil this angry and with that much firepower, there isn't that much that's going to scare you here. Asura will hit hard here, but Cecil's pretty well geared. Tela can learn wall here, so can reflect those cured those curing spells here, assuming he actually stayed upright. But yeah, I don't think this will be an issue still.
No, especially when we have wall.
Oh, the wall was already up there. I didn't see that. There you go. Problem solved.
So yes, Sorbius has made very quick work of this Ashura. Regardless of who these guards are, we'll make very quick work of both of them as well.
Yeah. Tell here, if you didn't have coffins, if you have coffins, great. All right, so we got so we have the Baron Guards here, so we don't see a coffin here. We may see a few. There's the potential here that's cast, use a life, cast, throw a life potion, but just opting here just to send these two guards on their way.
Yeah, Sorbius decided I will get my bonus XP somewhere else. I just want to get through this fight, get underground, and see what is available to me.
But first, one of the most powerful villains in Final Fantasy IV, the
The
Pitfall.
pitfall. Jinx.
All right. Yeah, sticks the landing, finds a
Ooh.
crystal ring.
And an Octomam at the top of tower.
Yeah, this is we're with that we're gonna be more than halfway there. Question is here, do you just run straight up the tower here to take that Octomom now?
Without the tower key and with a couple of checks that we know both of our runners are going to do, I imagine Sorbius will do Dwarf as well as check the freebie and Fey March before going up that tower, just in case, so he doesn't have to do the tower twice.
Yeah.
Oh, and the pan. I forgot about the pan.
Yeah, we've got a lot of options available.
Yeah.
Or our runners do at least here. We just have the option of talking about it.
Yeah, I'm not running today. I don't have to make these choices. I will just commentate.
Yeah, we get the easy job, I think.
But you know what is not easy? Pushing all these buttons. But thankfully, we've got Whirlink on button pushing duty. Thank you for tracking. And Allie gets to do all the behind the scenes work at making sure that all these streams are working and all the displays are working. So props to our restream team behind the scenes.
But we see Kaipo soldiers here, and speaking of running here, our runners are running the seat here. We're not running it here, and that officer may not be doing any running either here.
No, another coffin throne.
Yeah, and now three very confused soldiers, but fortunately here they're just going to shake, rattle, and roll themselves out, courtesy of Pally. Assuming they don't punch themselves out first. So here we go. We're good.
One spot down, one spot to go. Rosa gets cure 3.
And that is the benefit of having a Rosa here. You actually learn cure spells at reasonable levels, and exit in not so reasonable circumstances. But
ooh,
a blue robe.
A blue robe.
And
just a water hag.
That's disappointing.
Yeah, I was ready to play our game, but now we're gonna have to wait.
Yeah. I mean, no, there's still a possibility, of the Baron Throne.
Yeah. I'm good with that.
That would potentially be spicy.
Oh yeah, because Golbez, we know where 5 of our bosses are right now, because Golbez gave us our starting key item.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of forgot about that.
Yeah, it's it's not like I've ever run a seat here, reset here, and started a new game just to see who was at the bottom spot.
No, never. Meanwhile, Moleboy doing the same strategy, getting through those guards with coffins, will hit his pitfall about 4 minutes behind Sorbs. So this is still pretty close. Sorbius is just up essentially a dwarf castle check at this point.
If you want to thank you for the raid, welcome to this round 4 Blue Moon Waning bracket matchup. Sorbius, remembering that warp glitch here, we've got, well,
Womp womp. Hey, look, it's $20,000.
It's 4 wine.
Yeah.
Four bottles of wine.
That's the way to look at it.
And oh.
Well, now we've got money.
Yeah. But I'm worried here that Luca had that sharp of an object around her as a necklace this entire time. That's I'm worried as to the toys that King Jai here lets his daughter play with. Uh, I'm pretty sure here that there's some safety rules here that uh, they're being flouted at
But we
best.
are getting our look at our first runner divergence today. Moleboy opting to go ahead and dive the pan, get all those key item checks. That's 3 key item spots. I don't hate this play.
And a message from the Surgeon General here: we do not recommend hitting someone over the head with a pan here to try to wake them up.
Hmm. I didn't know that you were friends with Surgeon General.
It's not so much that I'm friends here. It's just that we need to make these public service announcements because we do care about the health and well-being here of Chad.
But that was an Earth Crystal.
Yeah, like it's an Earth Crystal here. I don't think we're doing any rating tonight though.
No,
Yeah,
definitely not.
no, like I think I mean, Edgewood probably wouldn't mind having some swords for himself here. He's seeing Cecil get all this gear here, and nothing's really showing up for Edge so far.
Well,
Never mind. Well then, we do have but he's he's getting darts at the very least.
We definitely are not going to go and open that treasury. That's for sure.
But at least we have wine.
Now we do have wine. We do still have coffins. Have not seen sirens yet. But we are going to get our first look at these Feymarch bosses.
We see a potential for Blarg.
A potential required Blarg.
And
just these lunars.
And that's a free D's Lunars.
Why is it free, Harumph?
Well, you have a very angry Cecil here with a sword here that does not like undead.
Oh yeah.
Characters here.
Well, unless your Cecil gets bopped.
Yeah, in which case here, yeah, that's sad times. But as long as you can get hits with Cecil here, you're golden. You just have to hit first. Something Cobra Kai. All right, Moleboy just quickly recalibrating before presumably re-entering that fight here. It's something here that is you might as if you can take it, you might as well take it.
Yeah, especially because darkness is still looming. So if we can prevent having to come back down here, then that is better for both of our runners. But these lunars don't play.
They do not here. You're seeing Sorbius here maybe have a more ideal setup here. Tells the anchor here, but his Cecil is able to act first, based on having Cecil in that top slot here. So Cecil can drink that wine that much more quickly than how Moleboy has Cecil set up here. So therefore, he can get a few more hits early and get to avoid here a lot of the attacks here that could potentially throw this fight awry. We see Sorbius taking full advantage of that here and getting through and rewarded with a darkness crystal.
Speaking of, also, hello, Free Enterprise. Thank you for rating. You have joined us about 47 minutes in to what is turning out to be quite the race between Moleboy and Sorbius. Sorbius just received his darkness crystal from doing a not required D-Lunars fight, and Moleboy is about to follow suit.
Sorbius now diving the Sylph Cave to collect his Earth Crystal here from the Sylphs. At that point here, you still have Tower here with that Octomom you're probably going to make that trip first here because, that is just one more boss here. With that Darkness Crystal, the world's almost your with Oyster now. You still know here that you have one boss protected by the Baron Key, and potentially more here. So you may still be on a key item hunt here for that Baron Key.
Most definitely, especially knowing that our Golbez is there. However, with things like the Earth Crystal open to us, as well as the entire moon, it wouldn't hurt our runners to also kind of gamble a little bit.
This attempt by Moleboy is going a little smoother here. Cecil able to get those plungers in, takes down those D-Lunars, and we'll have a Darkness Crystal imminent. Sorbius does take a quick save, and we'll head up the tower here to take out the Octomom and get that fourth objective checked off. And I'm not sure if we're going to see a little bit more divergence here. Moleboy is going to go after Dr. Dialogue here.
Yeah, this is an interesting choice because we know that this is not required, but we do know that Golbez is in Baron Castle, and we have yet to find the Baron Key.
And this is if you potentially feel behind, this is a play here that might, a risk here that you may want to take. Dr. Luge, the HP, it's about over 30,000 HP. I don't remember the exact number here, but that's also split up 4 ways
into 4s. Yeah.
Yes. So this is more. This is a potentially more manageable spot here than a lot of other bosses that you may find in the Leviathan spot.
Yeah, so this is definitely one of those cheeky plays. I think Moleboy is doing this because he knows that Sorbius won't. And so just trying to get a little bit of the advantage wherever he can. It's a gamble, and we will see if it pays off.
Mm-hmm. And it's able to get into the second phase of the fight here, and it has Edge prepared here to throw some darts here. This would be a good place here to get that done. Once the poison's part here, you're gonna see they cast throw beams and lasers here, and those lasers can hurt here if that HP pool is a little high. Yep, it's still high enough here to one-shot Cecil. But looks like if we can get another dart off here, we should be okay here, depending on the dart thrown. But there's not a lot of people left here.
I do like that Dr. Luge heals us after poisoning us.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like he feels sorry for us a little bit.
Yeah, and that was unfortunate targeting.
Yeah.
Would get through here if not here for the if
50-50.
Callum took that hit here, but now this is
Yep.
Luge is going to be too quick here.
But he did not save, so we do have to go and do that fight again to get our darkness.
Yeah. Now, in the midst here, we did see Sorbius take out that Octomom here, but I did not catch if we found anything.
Oh, I didn't either.
Artemis arrows.
Oh, well.
All right, now because of the wipe here, Moleboy did not save before taking on Dr. Luge here, so we'll need to do this fight again. But is a setup here for success here. Cecil is zerked there, and it's going to be swinging for the fence.
Meanwhile, Sorbius is heading back overground. We'll probably go and check the pan first, and then maybe go do Zot before heading to the moon.
Yeah, like if you got it's Perfect Crystal is Zot is going to be 2 more boss checks. Yeah, you don't want to leave that many checks on the table here. If you want to try to go face checking at this point. So
Yeah.
you're going to try to explore as many of the possibilities that you can here. So seeing if you have any key items here, gating key items here leading to other checks. Yeah, it's being you want to be thorough, but try to be efficient at the same time here. So, yeah, you want to make sure here you don't have too many loose ends before you head to the moon.
Well, that was a white shirt and an Avenger from Sheila. No key item checks. I mean, no key items from that check. However, 2 more fantastic pieces of gear that will definitely come in handy for this party. Moleboy has decided to take this Lugate on again. Is gambling that this will have the Baron key.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I saw any safety saves this time around.
He did not. He went straight into it again.
Yeah, no, you have to respect the confidence here. Moleboy is able to make the adjustments here required here to get through on this try here. We do see Sorbius skipping by the treasury here.
We have rated that treasury as not as good as Eblin Castle. So, the end.
So we'll see here if the 2 checks or the key item here pay off. Moleboy has entered in the second phase of the Dr. Lugate fight here. It's chosen here to Zerk the edge this time around here as opposed to throwing darts.
I do think he has that Thunderclaw equipped.
Yeah, that will certainly help. I don't believe that was on the first time around.
Nope, never mind. 2 swords.
Yeah. Well, now having 2 Zerkers here will also help occupy the queue here, so help slow Lucy down a little bit here. So we maybe will see, Rosa, get that heal. Also, we can potentially Zerk the. Honestly, we don't really need to Zerk with the Avenger's sword here, but maybe we get Palom into the fight as well here with a few waves. Yep, like we got the Dr. here is a lot. Isn't able to act as quickly here, and yeah, we're almost at the end here. That laser only hitting for 200 plus damage here. Yeah, we're and that's the fight there.
Yes, a much smoother time that second go around, moving that edge really helped get this fight going. Does it pay off? Well,
it's a dart.
It's a dart. It's a key item. And since we know that both of our Sheila checks are zonks, that puts Moleboy 1 closer to his 10.
And leg day was a short day. Rubicon, did decide to bear a little something here for the chat here, but Cecil was having none of it. And a little piggy Manatide. So we'll take a look here.
White ears.
All right, so
it could be most of our bosses left.
Yeah, it could. Yeah. I don't have a sheet in front of me here. I probably should hear it. Alt here would potentially be a option. Oh, we have dolls.
Just the dolls, not required. Mostly just annoying. And yeah, let's hope that they don't join into Calbrina.
Yeah, but dolls typically don't like rapidly shaking motions. They dolls, are fragile here and they fall apart here. When if they're exposed, if they're on the ground here, and say something comes around 3, 4, 5.0 on the Richter scale. Uh, Paladin decided to block beforehand here, so we're probably going to see at least a 7 on that scale here, and
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
these dolls will be dust.
Meanwhile, Moleboy is taking on the dancing guards at Dwarf Castle. We'll find out very soon that both of these items are not required. And we'll definitely push him up overground as well, probably to the Pan and Zot turn in, which we're about to see what key item comes from Zot.
And we find an adamant.
Ooh.
So it might be more of a key item here, unless you want to really try to, hope you find something for Edge here. But we now know here that Zot here isn't. You don't need to make that trip up here. So if Moleboy chooses not to explore that tower here, that may be an opportunity here for Moleboy to get some time back. But we actually are going to see what Coca-Cola is going to make for us today.
Woohoo! We get a forge check. We get a forge check.
We also get a shop check here if one is so inclined. Yeah. Another Zeus gauntlet here, a ribbon.
And an apple grind.
And Edge is happy.
Edge is so happy.
Yeah, that is, I believe, I believe is the best sword you can get for Edge, is it not? I usually don't. I usually don't get this lucky here on.
Yeah, I don't remember if that one's better or if the Sasuke is better.
Yeah, but yeah, Edge. Yeah, we pretty much have our Zeromus fight strat set up now.
Yep, and what we do know is that our Baron key and our access to our Golbez is buried on the moon.
Yes. And again, the Baron key here gating the potential here for three bosses. You have a Tower key gating a boss. You have a Luca key, and you have the package here. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 6 boss spots gated by key items still.
Yep. One of those, is one of your required bosses.
Yes. But there's a good chance here that the other, the other 3 here, your Gauntlet, your Wyvern, your Antlion, could also be guarded by by a boss in the moon here, and there's still the potential for some spice left here. Although, yeah, I think there's bosses that could potentially give her a runner's trouble. It's hard to say.
I mean, not trouble so much, but at this point, more than likely we have a moon or a giant gauntlet, and both of those, at any location, I like to see it. Huh. And we see Moleboy opting for the stealing siren strat.
Yeah, I mean, here we haven't found sirens available for sale at any point here. Hasn't checked the moon here. Well, buying them would be faster here, but that's assuming that you can find them available for purchase. There's a good chance you will here, but it's not cast in stone here that you're going to be able to find them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, it's not. I wasn't checking. As soon as was there, he was wrong landing spot here. He's going to check cave value.
And you know, like you're already climbing the tower. So I definitely don't hate this play because he'll be able to we know he'll be able to do an egg grind before going to the moon because he will get 10 key items if he does Sot.
Sorbius does make the shocking discovery that Odin isn't K value and says, no, not right now. Instead here, we'll go over here to the more expansive area here. That is the leader subterranean here. And we'll start hunting there.
I do find it interesting that Sorbius opting not to check the moon shop for sirens. So I guess he is just assuming that he is going to be killing some moon bosses and will use that as his grind.
Yeah. Yeah. It's that 90 items here. If you do find that 10th here, the moon bosses here will get you the rest of the way. Most of the way, if not the rest of the way.
Yeah. And unlike normally when you've got a Palom and you're like, yes, let's go to Nuke. Like, you've got Crystal Sword, Cecil, and you've got a very decked out Edge. Like, you don't really need to even use Palom.
It is going top down here. The bosses and the upper and the top spots here will be a little bit safer. Does find Mylon and friends there and says maybe not the best idea, but maybe trying to do the face check first before committing to any fights.
Yeah, I don't blame him for that. Just because, you know, all of his bosses, the rest of the bosses could be up here, and then you don't even have to worry about taking unnecessary bosses. And then if not, it's easier to take the ones at the bottom, exit out, and then come back and do the top bosses if need be. Plus, they get you more XP down at the bottom anyway.
I mean, there's still the potential here for some free boss spots as well.
Yes.
You find here, I believe Dark Camps is still on the table here. Yeah, the coffins that will, you're prepped for that here. I don't believe we've seen Mylon Zed in non-elemental form either. That would be. It's also against us will make short work. For that fight,
yes.
Yeah, so no, there's
Plague, relatively free up on the moon.
Yeah, but
especially with our anchored party that we have.
Mind you, here there's still a lot of pain here. There's a few pain points here which can still arise,
including our required bosses. The ones we have left are not super fun. I mean, Gomez is free-ish, but also not fun.
Gomez is also at an okay spot.
Yeah. Wait, we know where Gomez is, so never mind. Yeah. Gomez isn't up on the moon. JK, y'all.
Oh, and here are Dark Imps here now. They'll punch here if they're able to move.
But we have Hourglasses, and we have Quake, and Berserk. That's all we really need in this spot. There's not that much hit points anyway, so we will make quick work of this fight. So yeah, Sorbius taking this one is a very smart play.
Now, before making the trip here, Sorbius did elect here to swap up Tella here for the Palom, and he will be playing the role of anchor for the rest of the night. Alright, so we're going to see, some Quakes here to the Imps here, and we're going to have Cecil and Edge here throwing hands, or swords, or metal in this case here, and they're going to fall over like bowling pins.
So the question is, does Sorbius get his 10th key item from the White Spear Altar?
We have
Oh! Yes. Yes,
So
it does.
that is the no, that is the potentiality. No, that is your fifth objective available to you now, with the potentiality of 6 and 7 there too. Here, you might have three of your bosses back there.
Ugh,
But
gross. No, I do not want to take that D-Mist right now.
how can you say that about Rydia's mom, though?
Listen, it's fine. I love D-Mist. I love the Mist Dragon. But not at 42k. Not when a Crystal Sword and a Holy Sword don't actually help.
Yeah, Sorbius here decided here. We'll take a peek at the Masamune altar first, and ooh,
You
this
gross.
yeah, that bot is fast and it punches lightly.
Yeah. So what I imagine, we will see Sorbius check this Crystal Sword altar, decide. I mean, take it if it's required or free. Skip it if not, and then leave a save on the moon and go to Baron Castle.
Yeah, one objective's there here, so you might as well check to see if the other two are there here before committing here. If you find one or like you find yeah, the scope as you just find here, you probably head giant afterwards here if you want to, and commit to those checks. But it depends on who's here.
Oh,
hey,
Antlion in his natural habitat.
Antlion's home. Antlion a bit angry, but home.
This is the Crystal Sword altar.
Probably feels the same way I do here when I'm people, if I get unwanted visitors, in a cool cave.
I just want to point out our restreamer, Alisale, called Antlion at Crystal Sword Altar. GG's.
Yeah, but more than that's going to be 5 bosses with the 6th boss forthcoming, and 2 more checks after that here at Baron. In here, their streamers will likely be bailing straight back to the blue planet afterwards here and chase that Baron key.
Yes, because that will be 2 more boss checks. And if neither of those pan out, we still have the giant to check before having to come back up here and kill bosses for one of our remaining key items.
But it does have to blink up on the Cecil here. It's doing cover strats here, so with Callum and Edge in that critical state here, they're not going to be taking any hits here. So Callum's just going to be throwing spells here, which avoids the counters here because that could still cause some trouble here. And Edge, cats. That was cute. Alright, so we're going to see a little bit of a lather, rinse, repeat here, but this is going to ensure here that his party is safe throughout.
Yes. Because at this point, we also haven't really healed. Antlion does some pretty nasty attacks as well as counters for any physical attacks. So taking the safe approach to get this done is definitely a good choice for Sorbs.
So, cover the Rosa. Cecil will auto cover Callum and Edge, and then they can pound him to his thing, and there down goes the Antlion.
And with 10 key items, that spot does give a sizable amount of experience. So we do see both Rosa and Paladin gaining levels on Sorbius' side. Oh, wait! Just in case we didn't have enough crystal swords, here's a third.
I really wish Cecil wasn't in this seed.
Right?
All these crystal swords here and not a.
Also, I feel like we have to give one to the big chocobo now. Like, we have 3.
Mhm. That's also very vanilla too.
Oh, it was vanilla! More ice cream! Yay!
All right. Kirby says, "Yeah, get me off this moon. We're going to Baron. In a more fuel-efficient vehicle, mind you."
Yes.
Yeah.
Probably hoping that Baron will give us a key item that will send us back underground, that will gate our final objective.
No, you're just gonna see. You think, pay a visit to Golbez here. They're gonna see, Larg on the throne here and the Gauntlet here in the Older Throne.
Well,
Something like that.
if Blarg is on the Baron throne, then we probably will not see the Gauntlet on the Odin throne.
I'm
Even
saying
if
the
it is
Gauntlet
there.
would be there, but I mean, but that would be here the last potential shenanigans here that you would have. Especially if you're not prepared for it. Alright, well.
Meanwhile, Moleboy doing the giant check.
Yeah, it's again, like if you don't think your opponent's routed this year, or if you think your opponent is ahead here, you may want to try to get one, stay a step ahead of your opponent here. And if 2 bosses, and we do see Gauntlet and Blarg up here, you would think
Definitely
your Sorbius
pay
would,
off.
It may get some time back, and one would think that Sorbius might, check Giant here if Baron, if the rest of Baron Castle doesn't pay off. But we'll see in a moment here who is at that potentially fun element spot.
Just a Mylon Z.
Yeah, it is. Given what Cecil has here, this is one of the quicker bosses you're going to be. You're going to have here.
For sure.
And this will be, a 150k XP infusion, as Moleboy does have 10 key items, so that's going to be a lot of the grind there too.
Yeah, and me playing a lot with Moleboy in practice sessions for this tournament, I know that he is a very big fan of doing Giant first, especially when he feels like he's probably behind. So if this pays out, it could definitely even the playing field again.
And we're seeing here Golbez's magic at his location is the strongest here. Golbez also is not a fan of crystal swords.
No. But who is, really? I mean, other than Demus? I mean, Demus isn't a fan, but, like, he doesn't really care about them either.
But, that is boss number 6 down for Sorbius, and we'll find out who's on the throne.
Well,
did I call this kind of?
Yes.
Originally?
Yes, you did.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, we were gonna play a little game.
Yes. I'm not. Hydra might be a little bony. In terms of build here. The guards, I'm not. I don't condone that here. So
definitely metallic. Not really a fan of metal.
Yeah, no. No, that's like a maybe 1 out of 10. Ooh.
But look at that Blarg.
Oh, that's a fast, speedy Blarg there.
Yes, all of our bosses are located, are known. More
So far-
hydras equal more bones. I'm not a
Yeah.
fan.
Still not, great eating there.
D tier. Definite
Yeah.
D tier. More D tier.
More D. Yeah. This is not proving to be very appetizing, is it?
No, definitely not appetizing.
Yeah, I mean, not even a Blark here, could provide enough, smoky flavor here to this gauntlet here so far.
Okay.
Well, I'm not sure about the Wacom, not so much here, but how delicious do you think Center Crocodile would be here? If roasted over
I mean,
an open
I've
flame.
eaten alligator sausage and it was pretty tasty. I'm not gonna lie.
Did it taste like chicken?
No. It kind of tasted like a hot dog.
A hot dog? Huh. That's interesting. The texture of a hot dog or like the texture of a fish?
Definitely the texture. I mean, it was from a hot dog place, so.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe some hot dog flavor, flavor crossover here, but
But these aqua worms, like, I mean, I get that like worms are a source of protein, but also like they have like hair on them and scary looking teeth. Like I don't.
I mean, Center Crocodile is probably the most delicious. Probably the best. Most edible option out of that old gauntlet.
But Sorbius has received his crystal. 7 out of 7 bosses. Baron proved to be the location. Meanwhile, Moleboy has made it through his 5th boss. Wyvern at the 2nd spot on the giant. But with 2 bosses left and us knowing that he has to go and find that antlion at Crystal Sword Altar, Sorbius is definitely in the driver's seat right now.
Yeah. Oh, it's the. We don't necessarily have to find that. It doesn't necessarily have to fight the antlion. Just needs to find that Baron.
That's right. That was at the White Spear Altar. I forgot.
White Spear Altar there, and that's going to be the remaining 2 key items here. But it's it is a significant gap here. So, Sorbius looks like he's going to be headed underground here to get. Looks like to try to find some levels here to get the party prepped for the final fights. So here we'll have a little time available here, but not a lot. Moleboy here to try to catch up here. Sorbius will most likely have to have multiple attempts, for more to get enough time back here. But the Zemus fight is never an easy fight here. So if you're, if you make a entry here, you miss a nerf here. That can also bring. That can easily swing things here. But Sorbius is.
Sorbius did not steal any sirens, so he is going into this in the low 40s. So while having a crystal sword and some berserker strats is typically a very safe Z fight, this one is going to take a little more concentration. It could go sideways.
Yeah. It goes sideways here, but we also have that edge here with that Mutsuno blade here. So that's an additional level of firepower. Like in the bit game, typically you wouldn't have like you might have seen some of these notes here along with the cane here, along with the
Cheers.
But,
and also flags.
Yes, what do these flags mean here? I'm used to being on the other side of the fence here, so I don't get to ask these questions.
You don't get to ask the questions. Oh, well, I'm going to let you ask all the questions. The flags signify that we are on our way to the final boss. No nap times here. We are skipping nap time and going to the biggest. We can get underground now.
We can?
Yeah, Moleboy found the magma key. Anyway, so back to Sorbius' side. We like to ask a question with this Z flag. And since Haruf, you haven't been on comms in a really long time, I'm going to let you have that honor.
Sure, we asked a particular question here, and I think it goes, whose hat are we going to kick tonight?
It doesn't have a butt. Wait a minute.
Is the
Hang on.
is the hat cute?
Wait.
Does the hat have a butt?
I think we're a little confused. But that's okay, because we're having fun, and we are about to see Zeromus in his cosplay outfit this evening.
Yes, I don't remember the exact number, but it is, somewhere between 1 and 9,000.
Ooh,
And no hat,
not
not
no
cute.
hat, not cute, and it's got a
No
face
butt.
instead of a butt.
It doesn't really have a butt here. Well, it
That's a
has
second face, right?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Oh, there we go. That's one. Yeah.
So take two, because when you leave the Avenger equipped instead of the Crystal Sword, you don't get the Crystal Sword advantages. So
Moleboy here looks like is going to be in full face check mode here with, especially with him going in with 5 bosses here. So might be a little bit more selective as to the boss that he does choose to potentially fight here. Fortunately here for Moleboy here, that White Spear Altar had Dark Dam, so that is a fight one might be more inclined to take.
yeah,
But
and with him knowing he has to find that Baron key.
yeah, I mean, it's there is still the potential here for Moleboy to catch up here, but we'll need a little luck on his side at this point. Sorbius has a Cecil here that is not as eager to get into the fight, but is at least more prepared here to answer the fight.
Yes, but these levels, not exactly what you're hoping for. But with Sirens not available in the shop and only one moon boss actually required to kill, Sorbius does not have the levels that Moleboy has, having done the giant.
We'll still have plenty of firepower with that Cecil and Edge here. But yeah, there is still still that potential here, given the HP here. One missed nerf here. One combo platter, and things can go awry very quickly.
So I imagine we will actually see Sorbius taking this fight and nerfing the big bangs, if at all possible. Probably putting up some star veils to protect some of his key players in this fight. Just because, especially that Edge could get high rolled on an unnerfed Big Bang and go down and ruin his plans right now.
Yeah, so, yeah, it's going to so it's going to get a little tipsy and a little bit swing happy, and at these levels here, yeah, Antlion is angry, but won't be angry for long. Alright, so we see on Sorbius' side here we see Edge and Cecil throwing swords here. Both of those here zerked up. Edge did take that counter nuke here with the nerf here. Alan is contributing a little bit here by casting a few level 3 elementals here. With this big band, albeit nerfed here, down go our anchor form, down goes Edge. We do lose a little bit of damage. We'll have our damage output slow down a little bit here. But yeah, Cecil is swinging for good numbers right now here.
Yeah, about 5,000 around on Cecil. Palom was doing some fire 3 damage, adding some of that extra damage. Edge is going to get zerked back up again. We have a lot of darts. So Sorbius should be in pretty good shape. Just has to stay concentrated, make sure that we don't end up with a wombo combo for sure.
Moleboy here is now one boss away here, but we know both those bosses are at Baron Inn. So Baron Castle, sorry.
Yeah.
So it is prepared here to check here the remaining spots. On Sorbius' side here, we see that fight progressing smoothly so far here. I believe we have tipped into phase 2 at this point here. It's whether here we can get enough damage here to tip into the medial phase here before the Big Bang. With those those are healthy numbers coming out from Edge here with that. With Zeus, Power Crit, Mutsuno Blade here. All right, so it's going to go for the nerf here. The nerf goes right after Cecil here. We'll see if we tipped into medial phase at this point here.
With the amount of damage that's coming out just between
right,
Cecil
here,
and Edge.
If we'll see here, like if this is nerfed, we might be okay, or we might be around for the combo.
Oof.
Yeah,
that was a high roll nerf though.
Yeah, we are looking here. Well, there
it is.
Here's the crack. Boom.
Okay. That is the fight. Sorbius has defeated Zemus and taken first place. GG's to Sorbs. Get your GG's out in chat, and that ding in my ear says we are joined by the winner of this race. Great job, Sorbius.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, you just skipped rocks entirely.
Yeah, no rocks. I was hoping to skip the second Big Bang entirely. But I'll settle for skipping rocks.
I have a note here because I'm not sure if we caught it on stream here. Did you find any crystal swords?
I lost count after 3. What's the snort counter at, by the way? Because it's +1.
3. It's at 3.
Okay.
Thank you. It's at 3.
Your thoughts overall here on how you raced that scene tonight?
I'm very glad the moon was very unhaunted. I was getting very worried once I got to the bottom and had still not found a single boss that I was either required or that I wanted to fight.
Yeah.
Finding the Dark Imps was awesome, and then them having the Baron Key, which I knew had Golbez, was extra super awesome. And then finding Antlion on my way back out was great.
Yeah, that just kind of all played out very nicely, considering that for a while there you didn't find much of anything required.
Yeah, I mean, I suspect Moleboy didn't either. I'm gonna guess he went to the Giant?
He did go to the Giant, found the Blark up in Giant 2.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. And it was a Mylon Z at Elements. So...
not too hard with that crystal sword.
Yeah,
which one?
Which one? Presumably the second one.
Either one. The one you put on Cecil. I mean, really, dealer's choice.
But yeah, so walk us through kind of the beginning, picking up your party. How excited were you to see your characters, and kind of the choices of your early game routing? And were you going to D-Money?
No, there was never a world where I was D-moneying with that party, especially not after finding the crystal sword. It just wasn't gonna be in the cards. Also, where darkness was, it certainly wasn't ever gonna happen. But yeah, starting with my favorite Porum sprite and a Cecil was really cool, and then immediately finding Edge and a Palom, I considered just going up Ordeals immediately, but decided instead to just stick to my normal routing and pick up the rest of my party, like I usually do.
And we did see something that we don't see a lot of. We haven't seen too much of here in this tournament, and that's forge checks here. How'd you like to see a forge paying off for once?
Well, So my edge had a long sword and a short sword. So my hope was that even if I didn't get anything out of the forge, I could buy Mura's from the forge shop and have something for edge. That was primarily where I went. Getting an actual edge weapon was just absolutely chef's kiss, though.
Yeah, that definitely took your Z fight from like mid-tier to 10,000
Edgy
around.
Yeah, it was already kind of sketchy. It would have been very sketchy doing like 7,000 around instead of 10.
Okay.
So how excited were you to see the twin harp on top of Ordeals?
Why?
Why what?
I don't hate checking a twin harp that early. So I wouldn't say I was excited necessarily, but I didn't hate it.
I was excited. We got music twice.
I was much more
Someone's
excited when it had Evil Wall. That part made me excited.
It was not strictly required. I should have had.
Strictly, but they required you to do a chunk of the moon and the entire giant instead.
I feel it's your problem.
I'll do the twin harp, thanks.
But yeah, so you played very well, ran the seed very quickly, cleared a lot, finished in under an hour 30. So how do you feel overall about just kind of your confidence in completing the seed?
Good. I definitely made a few small sort of time loss kind of errors that I wasn't the reason when Ali asked me if I wanted the interview, I said I need to wait for my heart to stop pounding. I was very sure that Moleboy was literally right behind me through that entire seed, and I lost, about a minute fighting Ashura, putting up walls I didn't need. I lost some time resetting out of the D-Lunars and thinking about it and going back. And then I lost some time in my Z fight because I went in my Avenger and had to reset and come back and lost almost a minute there. So I was expecting him to start typing when I went into my Z fight the second time, and was very relieved when that didn't happen.
Yeah, so he was right behind you for a majority of the seed. He decided to take on that Dr. Luque and wiped the first time. So he had to do both of those fights again.
That can be a rough spot for him with that laser in the second phase.
Yeah, and it was some board AI here. Here that got Moleboy. If laser goes the other way here, that wipe doesn't happen.
Yeah. So he wiped there, so that kind of changed his trajectory a little bit. Which is what probably sent him straight to the giant instead. So, but for like the first hour or so of the seed, y'all were pretty neck and neck. You were a check ahead, but he was right on your tail. And literally right on your tail, you had the exact same routing up until the underground. So,
after all the practice we've done together, this is my surprised face.
Hey, that's what I said. But yeah, do you, without spoiling, how are you feeling about advancing into the next round of the bracket?
Good. I mean, I'm trying to just sort of take this tournament one race at a time. I mean, I honestly couldn't tell you who I'm even playing next. I didn't look that far forward because I was honestly expecting to lose to Moleboy because the answer was the giant and he was going to check it before me, like he's done in all of our practice races.
Well, the RNG odds here may have smiled in your favor a little bit here today. Here, any final thoughts on the seed here before we let you go on your way for the night?
No, nothing particular about the seed. Huge GG's to Moleboy. He has improved dramatically over the last year playing this game, and I'm really proud of how far he's gotten in this whole thing. And I'm looking forward to seeing him do even better in the next tournament.
For sure. Well, thank you for putting on a great show, and we hope you have a great night.
You all too. Have a good one.
And GG's once again to Sorbius here, our victor here in this race here with a time of 1 hour, 28 minutes, and 46 seconds. Meanwhile, Moleboy does have the bearing key and is going to be making his way to take on Golbez and then reversing course, doing the reverse reverse trip here through the barren sewers here. And for his Z fight.
Yes. So the big difference between Moleboy's Z fight and Sorbius' Z fight is that Moleboy has not gone down and done the forge, so he will not have that super awesome edge weapon. So it'll be a little bit slower.
Yeah. However, here Moleboy has far more levels, so that Cease is going to be that much angrier, and it's going to swing for that much more here.
So maybe it'll even out.
Yeah, here, and I'm not sure. I didn't take a good look to see here what is. All right, and there's Edge still has a few darts to throw here to help out as well. That Palom is not quite at nuke either. But we'll likely not be seeing that great reward here because he's taking a nap for this fight.
Yes, because Golbez will Shadow will just eat your party anyway, so why not just come into this fight with only the 2 people you want up?
Shadow's not eating much of anything. He's just going to take Shadow's Dragon's going to take a look here. Say there's only 2 people here, and
nothing to eat here.
I don't like your party here, but I don't like your party that much. But it's not like I hate your party that much. I don't like you to be on your way here. I'm sure Golby behind me here can take you down. And Go's going to wonder why. Then he'll wonder why again.
Golbez, have you met Crystal Sword? How about second Crystal Sword?
Yeah.
Golbez, why? Why?
Shut up there and put your trust into a shadow dragon who apparently here works by the hour. You pay Shadow Dragon an extra hour here, he takes out the rest of the party, I'm sure. More of the story, pay your employees.
Yes. Preach it. So we will see the rare walk straight back out of Baron Inn.
You remember how to walk straight
out of Baron Castle. I don't think I've actually seen this in this tournament.
I will say here that I have never, ever, quote unquote, here walked through the wrong doors at Baron Castle trying to make my way out.
Oh, of course not. Or skip the passage. Yeah, I mean it's very counterintuitive to walk out of this this secret passage.
Yeah, it's
so.
Yeah, I mean it's about as fun as walking out of. Say the lunar subterrane here, or walking out of Cave Magnus.
Yeah, Cave Magnus. I don't think I can actually walk out of Cave Magnus. I just flail my arms around.
Well, usually the flailing your arms part here usually is the part here where you cast exit. But you can't do that here.
No. But we will see the lunar whale travel over to Troya. Hopefully it does not land on it. Nope, we have good parking. Just enough space for this very large whale. And Moleboy will be using his pass to go straight into the sea fight and finish up this seed.
Yeah, we will have a return visit here from our resident hat of the day.
I don't even remember. I just know he has a face on his back.
No hat, no butt.
No.
Not cute.
No. Floating hands. Weird teeth. Such is life. Lots of orbs. Lots of orbs.
but like to hear the same result here. Wondering where all those swords came from.
Oh, thank you, Doc. Tanzra from ActRaiser, something that I have clearly never played.
I as Super Nintendo here, I don't remember actually playing ActRaiser, but it's also potentially been so long since I played ActRaiser that I don't have no actual memory of it. I don't have memory of a lot of things though. Harp kind of does that to you.
Well, you chose to move in next to the harp, so I really don't pity you.
I don't expect pity. I just expect, you know. Anywho,
Peace and quiet?
that would be nice.
Again, you moved into the wrong location.
Not my fault here, tourists decided here to make life miserable.
I don't know what you're talking about. Music is lovely.
It's not. If it wasn't so loud, I might tolerate more here. I mean, you ever play music till his fingers bled?
Probably.
It was some summer here. I don't recall here the year that song came out though. Anywho, we've got Cecil throwing hands, Edge throwing swords, and did we see a nerf?
No, that was a really quick Big Bang. Are we on Battle Speed 1?
Yeah, unfortunately here our characters are beefy enough here that they can take that.
Yeah.
With the exception of Tella here, but Tella doesn't take much of anything.
No. Even with a curse ring and a lot of hit points and a nerf Big Bang, he will still somehow find a way to nap during this fight. But he is an old man, so, I can't really blame him.
Yeah, it's a little, you can see there's a lot of movement here. It's a little breezy up there.
Yeah, and old men need their naps. Oh, hey, Martin.
Alright, so Edge will join the party here, courtesy of Rosa here. We've got our HP, our hit points stabilized here. We probably don't need to, isn't going to bother to try to nerf this year. Will like to tip, and even if he doesn't tip there, yeah.
Well, with Rosa with 2,700 hit points, we do not need to nerf.
Yeah, Paladin's going to be the most vulnerable here, and
he still survives.
Yeah. Paladin's also the least critical of the characters here. Paladin's there for moral support. Oh, and we got rocks. Rose was saying here, you shouldn't have, you shouldn't have walked into those. And
well, there it is.
Yeah, there's the crack boom. Moleboy completes tonight's seed. We'll have what looks like an official time of 1 hour, 45 minutes, and 54 seconds.
Get your GGs out in chat for Moleboy, who did a spectacular job at completing most everything this seed had to offer.
We're going to see here if we can get Moleboy in for an interview, and speak of the devil, Moleboy, GG's.
Yeah, GG's. Sounds like Baron was the play that I, only partially made.
Yes, it was. So how did you like the tour of the seed? You did a majority of everything.
Yeah, it was a little bit more than I wanted to do. I think I had a chance if, one, I hadn't YOLO'd into Lugay and then died.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason being that I YOLO'd into Lugay is because I knew Sorbs probably would have avoided that Lugay as soon as D-Lunars were dead, so if that had value, I had a chance, aka the Baron Key.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no, if I'd had 2 bosses on the moon, then I think I would have had a chance as well, because Sorbs would have had to go back for the other piece, and I would have been able to just walk down to Z. But no, otherwise it was relatively clean.
I mean, yeah, like at that fight here, Board AI here, it was admittedly not kind to you here on that first
Oh yeah,
attempt
you
there.
mean the one character I needed not to eat the laser eating the laser? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You mentioned here that the taking that fight here was a strategic choice here. How did that roadblock here? How do you think here that may have affected here the rest of the way? Speaking English is hard. You approached here the what was left of the seed.
I think if it hadn't been exactly the dirty double in Baron Castle, then it would have actually played okay, because Sorbs would have had to eventually check the giant, and I would have been in a much better spot. Because that was the other play I would say is definitely me checking giant first, is knowing I was probably behind, especially after wiping in Feymarch. Everything else had gone pretty smoothly. And that being just the play to make, really, was check giant. Hey, it had Wyvern, so if Baron Key was somewhere else really nestled, which of course it wasn't, that gives a chance. Like if it had been, say, behind the Murrah altar or any of the other spots, just figuring out all those places, basically making him search a little bit more, it would have been a little bit closer. But RNG gonna RNG.
Yeah. But until you wiped at Luge, you were, only a couple minutes, just one check behind Sorbius. So it could have, gone completely different ways if it had just gone in your favor. I appreciated all of your gambles. I think that your gambles were gambles that I know that you probably felt you needed to take, in order to kind of sneak in and find some things that you knew Sorbius wasn't going to find.
Yep. And I mean, and that is what led to the wipe. And if it had been something, again, beside the spoon, I mean, that did give me did help me get 10 key items before I went to the giant, which, obviously paid off. Seeing Mylon when you have a Crystal Sword Cecil is always a good time there. And then seeing the Wyvern behind at CPU, like, again, was like, okay, this is probably something that maybe Sorbs doesn't do, probably isn't going to the giant, so it gave me a little bit step up there. But then Football Gauntlet being on the Baron Throne was, I probably still would have lost by a few minutes, but not quite as badly if it hadn't been the case.
Yeah. Well, this is your final match of ZZ5, but you have definitely shown that you're a force to be reckoned with, and I am definitely looking forward to seeing kind of how you tackle future tournaments for sure, because I practice with you, so I know just how good you are.
Yeah, no, and I just want to shout out, like, I really have enjoyed the Blue Moon, Red Moon, like, kind of separate tournaments, and that's been really nice to just kind of have a second grouping that's allowed me to really dive in deeper into the tournament structure.
Any final thoughts for you here in regards to the tournaments here and where to go from here?
No, I mean, grats to Sorbius. I'm sure he's gonna keep going and kicking ass, and it was great to get to race against him. Also, thanks as always to you and JMac in the comms, and the tracking with Warlink, and Ali on the restream. It's always appreciated.
And thank you for to both you and Sorbius here for putting on a great show here for everyone tonight here. Definitely showed here that again, as J Mac mentioned, you are a force to be reckoned with here with Free Enterprise, and we look forward here to seeing you again here in the tournament in the future, and of course here during the during club season. Whenever this tournament ends.
Whenever it ends.
Yep.
But yeah, GG's to you for sure. You played a heck of a race tonight.
Yep. Thanks so much.
Have a good one.
That was Moleboy, our runner-up in our race tonight. J-Mac, we survived. I
We
think.
we did survive. And you know what? It's pretty late, but it's not too late for another race in this tournament.
Wait, we've got
Uh,
more free enterprise?
we have more free enterprise. We have a late night race that is just kicking off between Night Dew and Mike for the Red Moon Waning bracket. Oh my gosh, can I not get these things straight in my brain? Waning bracket. And so we are going to be rating over there. So as always, make sure that you keep spoilers of this race out of the chat over there and go with us over as we support another tournament race tonight.
However, just so quick here, we do have 2 more races live for you tomorrow. We've got the Bardic Panda versus someone by the name of J-Mac the Librarian at 3
Oh,
p.m.
that's
Eastern
me.
on Free Enterprise. And we have a late night race. We've got Game 2 of Possum Morpheus versus Rybon in the Red Moon Waxing Finals at 10 p.m. Eastern, also on Free Enterprise Prime.
So lots more racing this weekend. But for now, that's it for us. So enjoy the late night race and have a great weekend.
Take care. We'll see you soon.